Okay, hi. Forgive my gravelly voice. I've got the flu, like a lot of people. I thought I'd run through this. See, I put in a couple of doors there, and you can open the dialog box of the door and change the material on one side or the other of the door. Exterior. Of course, who knows which side the software is programmed to consider the interior on an exterior on an interior door, but be that as it may, that can be quickly found out. I'm just going to use something that'll stand out. That's fine. Spectrum's fine. So on that door, it'll have Spectrum on one side. Yeah. But when you go to the stupid trim, see it's got an exterior and an interior. Let's do interior because that should be this side based on the reds on the other side. So we'll go over here to color. What was that? Spectrum, I think it was. Nothing. Shows in the dialog. Ah, what the hell? When I made this video earlier, it didn't work. Oh, okay. It's doing Spectrum on both sides. That's what you're lamenting of. Okay. That's not how I made the video earlier, which didn't, for whatever reason, didn't format properly. Okay, we'll change that back to white. That's what you're running into and what you're complaining of, I understand. So my solution that William and I came up with, it's not just exclusive to William and I, it's just a solution. I'm going to go over here to the casing tab and suppress the casing on this door, and then go back to plan view. By the way, the tool configuration I have to thank Dan Bauman for that. I watched his video, his webinar recently, and he recommended this extended toolbar configuration. I started using it, and I like it. Okay, commercial for Daniel. He's the guy who taught me how to use this software back in version 4. Anyway, enough about Dan. I'm going to go over here to Line Tools and carefully draw a polyline. Polyline is just more than one line. That's a CAD line, and now it's a polyline because there's two lines there. I'm not going to do this very carefully because I'm just demonstrating. You would want to zoom in and make sure that that was all perfect right at the edges and so forth. But we now have a polyline, and I'm going to click on the Convert tool down here and make it a 3D molding polyline. And then you get this dialog automatically. And it puts this goofy molding here on it. I'll get rid of that, delete, and click on Add New. Go to the, I'm just going to keep it simple, and we'll use one of these default moldings. That one's fine for demonstration purposes. Now you notice that you can offset it, and you can add more profiles to make something really fancy and so forth. I'm not going to get into that. Just as for this, it's basically inside, outside. Let's just click and see. Okay, that it made in the other video I made, it didn't work so well. Okay, there's still a bit of a problem in that the molding profile, I mean the molding polyline, is not over here against the wall. And when I move this stupid thing, it'll break into 3 pieces. I don't know if you can see that. I hate 3D molding polylines, generally speaking. So now I'll click there. Yeah, see I've got this thing here. This is where I didn't line it up perfectly with the edge of the door, which I'm now doing, and get rid of that leg. Otherwise, that's a molding polyline of 3 lines makes 3 legs. I should probably just go back to the camera view so you can see this thing. See, I got a leg over here. Let's see what that looks like. See? It looks goofy. This side looks all right, but this one's goofy because it's sticking out. Looks funny in all camera views. So I'm going to click. Of course, you get the door first or the wall. We'll hit Tab. Got that. Grab this leg here and snap it over there. And now it should be, yeah, okay, that's kind of what you would want. Now this thing, as an independent object, you can assign whatever material to it you want. Okay. In my other video, I noticed that you can't copy paste these things. You can't point to point move them, or at least I haven't figured out how. Maybe D. Scott Hall can figure that part out. But what I did do that kind of sort of worked, I'm going to hit the tab key until that thing's selected. I go up to edit, paste, paste. I'm going to paste it over here, a copy over here. What did I paste? Is that the molding polyline? No, let me hit Control Z. I thought I had the molding polyline. Control Z is undo, by the way. I think that's, I better check and make sure that I've got the, okay, I've got the molding polyline. Now I'll go to edit, paste, or edit, copy, edit, and then edit, paste. And then I'll go through the excruciating, wonderful joy of lining this up with a door again, because when I copied it, of course, it didn't. And if we look at it in a camera view right now, it looked goofy. I probably should, just because this will probably happen to you as well. I'm just going to line, those legs are good for lining up the thing in terms of the opening, especially since I copy and I can't copy paste and with great control. Get that edge over there. Come on, man's waiting. Well, what can I say? All right. Now let's look at this before I fix those legs. This is the other side. Yeah, doesn't that look good? Excuse me. Now this is the side that I did first. I guess we can get rid of that side. Now, where's that stupid thing? Ah, here it is. Click on that, hit the tab key. Of course, I get everything under the sun, moon, and stars except what I want at first. Snap that in there. Go to the other side. Whoops. Click on this side, and then snap that there. Okay. So now, that one's white on this side. Let's make this one red. Got the wall, of course. I think that's the door, yeah. Well, camera views isn't the best way to select something precisely sometimes. There, I think that's it. It is. Go to the Materials tab, Plan Material, and find that red color. Spectrum, I think it was. That's nice. That's a nice color, actually. Well, okay, I was going to say voila, but I've got some Z fighting going on there. Not on this side. So in the floor plan, this must be a little out of whack. And it was hard to see. Hit the tab key. Okay, I think I've got it. Anyway, it'd be great. The obvious conclusion here is that it'd be great if you could just do this in the dialog box instead of having to jump through all these stinking hoops. And it would be great also if I could transform replicate this thing so I wouldn't have to click drag this stupid thing. I just want to, I think what it is, it's a little bit inside the wall, inside the sheetrock. It doesn't look like it. I got a leg there. Okay. Yeah, 3D molding polylines for something this simple are just a blankety blank 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 pain in the patootie. And that's a fact. Oh yeah, I can see that this polyline, this thing isn't straight. Let me zoom out so I can see about straightening this stupid thing. Something I've noticed, yeah. I'm going to zoom way in and grab this thing and snap it over here. See if that hadn't straightened it. Well, nope. Well, let me try one other thing. Okay, I got the thing. I'm going to open it, go to the molding tab, and go click not outside. Okay, bingo. It's always something. But, you know, working with Chief Architect, I really love it. And some of its inadequacies and quirks and so seem to bother other users more than it bothers me. I'm just thankful for what it does do and what choices it does give you. And if excuse me, you work with this, and I guess your attitudes are your own. I like it. I'm back in version 4 when I started. This wasn't even a concept of possible, and now that it's possible, I'm thankful for it. But I don't like that something simple. We ought to be able to just open the stinking dialog box and go to the Materials tab and have this actually work like it does for the door itself. So I consider it a bug, but it has a workaround, and however you feel about that is however you feel about it. Thanks for watching. Good day.